Hello? Good morning. Pardon me while I eat some nuts for breakfast. Hello, Bellin. Julieta Messina. Huh? Who's that? Hello, Flavia. Hello, Noradine. Ah, right. Right. I forgot her name. And is she Spanish? She's Spanish too? Hello, Shushu. Hello, Juliana. If you have a question, you can get on stage. Okay, and somebody asked about my lessons. If you want lessons with me, you can go to my website and buy them. If you only buy one, it's $20 for 30 minutes or $40 for 60 minutes. If you buy a group of lessons, there is a discount. So if you buy 12 of them, each lesson is, I think, $16 a half an hour. Okay? I'm eating pistachios. Oh, she's Italian. Juliana, you're running an English business course out of your house? Okay. Hello, Yoni Liga. And Faras. So, I have a new thing I'm doing. Friday and Saturday. Those are the days I'm going to invite people on stage mostly. Okay? So the other days, I might invite a few people, but I'm not going to invite many, or Saturday. So that means if you have questions, I will answer them. Just type them in the chat and I will answer them. If you want to actually talk to me, come on Friday. Raise your hand. And Yang, hello Yang. I speak English and I speak some Chinese. Are pistachios good for learning English? Sure. Juliana, are you trying to ask if you can hire me? Is that what you're asking? One moment. For us, if you don't have any questions, then what do you want? What do you want? If you don't have any questions. Dry Run is located in Cincinnati, Ohio. I don't have the flu, I just have allergies. And Flavia, you say the word horoscope. 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 Hello, Hero. Thank you. You find difficult in time management with me due to time differences between US and Indonesia. Juliana, most of my students are Chinese. I don't know why you have a difficulty in time management. I teach Chinese students often. So most of my students are early in the morning and late at night. You'll never know if you don't ask, and you didn't ask yet. You didn't ask me about my schedule. Pardon me. Kamal says, you have a question. How can I focus on self in an effective way? Kamal, what do you mean by focus on self? Tell me what you mean by that a little bit more. And then I think I know what you mean, but you can tell me a little bit more. You just wanted to get some kind of confirmation in English. Well, for us, if you're looking for a confirmation, then that means you're not sure about your English yet. If you're still looking for confirmations, then that means you're not sure yet. So, that means that you should think about it, because you do have questions, and you should ask them. Think about it and ask your questions. How to use misery loves company. Misery loves company is an idiom that we use when one person feels sad or angry or upset, and another person decides to talk with them and feel sad with them, and maybe two people feel sad about two different things, but they like to talk about it together. So what that means is any group of people, any people who are having a bad time are going to relate to each other. And they'll talk about, I'm having a bad time because of this. And the other person will say, well, I'm having a bad time because of this. Misery means having a bad time. Loves company means like, hey, I'm having a bad time and you're having a bad time. Let's talk about our bad times. People who are having a bad time like to talk about it, and they like to, it's a bit of a drama act. You know, they like to talk about their drama. Hello, Anwar. Relative to goal or personality. So, Kamal, what I would say is, I live by two simple rules. One is the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And the other is Shakespeare from Hamlet. To thine own self be true. This above all, to thine own self be true. So, if you follow those two general rules, be good to others if you want people to be good to you, and be true to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Follow your passions. Find your passions. Okay, that's two basic things. And then be curious, ask questions, and try to understand yourself more. Every day is a question of understanding, right? Like this one's trying to understand herself better. What are you doing? What do you want? Huh? What do you want? What? This is Libby. Okay, go sit down. I'm busy right now. I'm busy. I'm busy. You gotta go sit down. You wanna go outside? Yeah? You wanna go outside? Okay, come on. Let's go outside. Come on. Come on. Okay, so let's see. You thought I will be online in the morning and the afternoon. Well, Juliana, here's the thing. Midnight is nothing to me. I'm up till midnight all the time. I'm a musician. I'm a night person. Okay, that's one. And two, if it's morning or afternoon, it's very simple. If I get paid, I'll go do that. So if you're paying me, then don't worry, I'll be there. Yeah, it's a pity party. That's right. Misery loves company. What's the difference between grocery and grocer? Grocer is the person. Grocery is the store. Okay? The grocery store. The grocer. The ER at the end of the word grocer is like the ER at the end of teacher. Right? Or writer. Okay? ER at the end of words often means a person who does that thing. So a grocer is a person who sells groceries. Hello, potato. Is the dog learning English too? Well, she does know some English. Of course. She understands me. You're a student, but you don't like to study. You know this is not good for me in the future, but you're passing time in talking to friends and relatives. Kamal, how old are you? Hello, Alia. Hello, Johnny. There's a chain out there, Bellin. I put her on the chain. It's a big, long chain, so she can run around and walk around and explore the yard. It's a big yard. Hello, Andrea and Edouard. Mariam. You're 19. Okay, so. Do you play any video games, Kamal? Yes. Okay. And in those video games, you often have a character, right? That you have to use and develop, right? Maybe they start out weak, but the more you play and the more you win, the stronger they get. And they develop skills and talents, right? Things like that. Do you play any games like that, Kamal? Where you have a character that you have to develop? Okay, good. Well, guess what, Kamal? You are playing the world's greatest video game right now. And the character that you have to develop is you. It's so weird and funny how people understand development of character when you're playing a video game, but you don't understand development of character when you're talking about yourself. How do you develop your character? For example, I love games like Dungeons and Dragons games. I've been playing those games since I was a child. Okay, and one reason I love those games, D&D games, they're called RPG games. I like those games because they have characters that you have to develop, and they have every kind of trait, every character trait you can think of. So you have to work on your strength, right? You have to work on your intelligence. You have to work on your wisdom. You have to work on your dexterity. Okay? You have to work on many, many different characters. Constitution. These are different things that are just part of you, right? So how do you work on your strength? You go to the gym. How do you work on your intelligence? You study. You learn things. Wisdom comes with studying and time. Okay? So here's what I would tell you. When you have a video game, they have something called a character sheet. The character sheet is the page that shows you everything about your character. How smart are they? How strong are they? What talents and skills do they have? What equipment and things like that. All right, so I want you to sit down and make a character sheet for yourself. Make a character sheet for yourself. And then once you have a character sheet for yourself, now you can think about, how can I develop myself? What skills and talents do I want to have? What are my weaknesses and what are my strengths in terms of my physical attributes? Physical attributes means my body. What is my body like? How my strength, my intelligence, my wisdom, my constitution, my dexterity. Dexterity means how agile you are, how quick you are, how easily you can jump from one thing to another, how easily you can move things carefully. That's dexterity. Okay, to be able to move well is dexterity. Okay. Ali Reha says what? Should a person really need to buy Apple products like iPhone or MacBook? Are they worth it to make the money, or is it Instagram? So Ali Reha, I have both PC. This is a PC that I'm using right now for my computer, for my live stream. But I am an Apple guy, and I have been using Apple products for many, many years. And I use them for a couple of very simple reasons. One is they work well, and they're easy to use. And when anything goes wrong with my Apple product, all I have to do is turn it off and turn it on, and it's fixed. With a PC, when things go wrong, all kinds of code comes up and all kinds of things, instructions telling you to do stuff that I don't understand and I don't want to understand. So people buy Apple products for one simple reason. They work well and they're easy to use. And then on top of that, if you buy more than one, they are integrated products, so they work well together. All of my files and everything go back and forth to all of my devices like that, so easily. So I definitely like Apple. As bad as they may have, some aspects of their company may not be great, but yeah. What does unto mean? Unto is an old word. Do unto others. Do to others is what that means. Do upon. Unto means upon or to. All right? And hello, Max. And I'm not running this on a laptop. I'm running this on a desktop. Hello, Miguel. So back to what I was saying before. Life is a video game and you are a character, and you better start playing better. You have two choices. You can play a video game that has no consequences in life, or you can play one that has all the consequences in life. Because it is life. Hello, Zainab from Egypt. You are B2. How long do I think you need to become a C1, and what should I do? I can't tell you how long. It's different for everyone. But I can tell you that what you need to do to be C1 is challenge yourself with C1 material. Um, Improving is not a difficult thing, but it requires challenging yourself. So it's kind of a paradox. Okay, what that means is if you're at B2, then what kind of materials should you be reading? You can read B2, but it would be good to read some C1 material so you can push yourself. Study C1 vocabulary, study C1 grammar. Use ChatGPT to push you further. Ask ChatGPT the same thing you asked me, and it will give you a program to push you further. Okay? Your phone is the old iPhone 7, but it still worked like the first day I bought it. Miriam, I have almost every MacBook product that I've ever bought. So I have my first white laptop. I have my MacBook Pro from 2011. I have my Mac G5 Tower from, what is that? I'm going to say 2000, maybe 2000. All of them still work. All of my Mac products, no matter how old they are, they all still work. Oh, look at Kim asking about a specific D&D question. What's my favorite job or class in RPG? I like rangers and fighters usually. Occasionally, I like a rogue, or you know, for fun, you'll play another character. But usually, I like a ranger or fighter or some combination of the two. What's my favorite American comedy show? Oh, wow. I don't really have favorites. I have a few that I think are funny. Um, what can I pick? Uh, do you want something new or old, or does it matter? Do I host my music on Hello Talk? What do you mean, Firas? I don't understand. Do I play music on Hello Talk? I used to. I haven't done it in a long time, but I used to. So, Miriam, if you're looking for some good shows that are a bit older, uh, there are a lot of shows from when I grew up in the 80s that I think are quite good. Um, and they have a bit more wholesome content than modern shows. They didn't push the boundaries so much back then. Um, so it might be more wholesome or family oriented that you're looking for. Um, Old shows like Cheers and Family Ties and Seinfeld. Those are old shows that are funny. Friends was an old show that was funny, right? Um, if you're looking for new shows that are funny, let's see. Let me look at my Netflix really quickly and see what comes to mind. Let's see. Young Sheldon is pretty cute. It's funny, you know. Kim's Convenience. I like that show. If you are Korean, you should watch this show. It's called Kim's Convenience, and it's about a Korean family in Canada who run a convenience store, and how the father and mother uh, have to try to deal with the new culture, and the daughter was born there, I think, and so she's more Western, right? So it's a mix of different cultures, and there are many other Asians who come into the neighborhood who are shop in the store. So it's a lot about Asian culture and how it's difficult to. Uh, it's about the challenges of mixing cultures. Let's put it that way. Let's see, what other shows do I like? There's a show called Mo, M-O. It's kind of a comedy drama, and I've only watched up like the first season and a half, but it's actually really good. It's about a guy from Palestine, I think, if I remember right. He's from Palestine, but he came to America a long time ago, illegally, and he's trying to get his court cases taken care of, and he's trying to fit in America. It's complicated. It's a drama, but it's also a comedy. And honestly, it's one of the best shows I've seen in a while. It's quite good. Um, okay, I'll give you one more. Let's see. Hmm. How I Met Your Mother. That's another funny one. There you go. Okay. Do I like Curb Your Enthusiasm? I'm going to be honest with you, Miriam. I have never watched it. um, if you like that show, you should check out Seinfeld because he was involved in Seinfeld also. Before Your Enthusiasm, years ago, he was involved in Seinfeld. Now, I don't know. Larry David, I don't know why, but he just bugs me. Something about him just bugs me. And I try to think his humor is funny, but sometimes I just don't. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Uh, but to be fair, I really haven't watched the show to give it a fair shot, so I shouldn't really say. Yeah. Okay, and let's see. Any other questions here? If you have a question, then ask it. What's my favorite band? I don't have a favorite band because I am a musician. When you're a musician, you can't choose just one, there are just too many. But if you're talking about classic rock, probably Led Zeppelin or Pink Floyd. You know, those are two of my favorites. One moment, everybody, hold on. Stay out there for a little bit. If you're talking about jazz music, I love Miles Davis. I love John Coltrane. I love Keith Jarrett. If you're talking about Boys, so I have too many. You know, you can name a style of music, and I'll tell you some of my favorites. But I have too many. You know, I like classical music, I like jazz music, I like Indian music, I like African music, I like Brazilian music. I like so much music, it's too hard to choose. Okay, and let's see. Juliana, I don't really use Instagram, so it wouldn't do you any good because I never check my Instagram. But you can follow me here. And you can follow me on my YouTube. Here's my YouTube, and here is my website. Yes, all genres. Yeah. Mr. Ack, when you're a drummer, like I am, the kind of drummer I am, I'm trained to be able to play any kind of music with the drums. So many drummers are like me. We have studied every kind of music because we are expected to play every kind of music. So if I'm called to play for a classical show, I have to play classical music. If I'm called to play blues rock, I have to play blues rock. So I have to know them all, at least to some degree. Your level is beginner. What should you do for intermediate level? Guru G. Make a plan. If you don't have a plan, you can't succeed. Okay? If you have no plan, then your plan is luck. And if you think you're going to be successful just from luck, good luck. Success comes with a combination of luck and planning. So make a good plan. And I'm guessing you have no plan. Is it true that being a drummer needs a lot of concentration? Every instrument requires a lot of concentration to do it well. Drumming is unique in that drumming requires more coordination, full body coordination, than most instruments do. So many instruments require coordination. All of them require coordination. But drums requires the most amount of coordination, probably. And so coordination sometimes does require concentration, yes. Mr. Ack, the truth of the matter is Whiplash, real drummers think that movie is stupid. We don't like that. Actual drummers watch that movie and think that's silly, right? So don't watch that movie thinking it's real, because it's fake. It's very fake. Okay? Whiplash is not... You guys have to remember, movies are entertainment. That's all they are. They're entertainment. Most professional drummers are not a big fan of that movie. Amateur drummers like that movie. But professional drummers, we watch that movie and we think, nah, that's not right. That's not real. That's not the way it works. Okay, I've had some very, very strict band leaders, but no one like that character in that movie really exists. If they did, they would go to prison. You can't treat students like that. It's criminal. In any real life situation, Whiplash would have ended 15 minutes into the movie because he would have been arrested and sent to jail. Phonics. And yes, phonics is very important. 听不懂，为什么你听不懂？如果你听我，我觉得你可以听一些，你可以听得懂一些 ，OK？ 试试看，加油！ So basically, real drummers won't even recommend Whiplash to anyone. Yeah, it's kind of like a real captain, a sailor or a boat captain isn't going to recommend you watch Titanic, just like a real drummer is not going. Okay, oh, let me see who's over here. Do I play saxophone? No. I only play the drums and I play some piano, just a little bit of piano. Yes. 一个人他问我，这是很有名的，这是古兽的电影。对啊。Let's see. The actress can interpret any role or say the actress can portray any role or character. So to portray is to attempt to act in the manner that you think it was done before. To interpret means you're putting your view, your spin, your personal take on this character. So to portray just means like being cast as that character, right? I portrayed this character in this movie just means I was cast as this character in this movie. But I portrayed that character and I interpreted it as this, which means they gave me that role, but I decided to do something different and personal with it. I had my own personal take. That's to interpret the role. Okay? You have difficulty with writing. Well, ChatGPT, ChatGPT, ChatGPT. You can fix your writing very easily with ChatGPT. Okay? All right, take care, my friend. Have a nice dinner. All right, let's see. I don't have too much time left, but ask your questions while I'm here. Ask your questions while I'm here. If you don't know me, hello, my name is Teacher Mark. I am a real teacher, an English teacher, and I've been on Hello Talk for about almost 12 years, and I have about 82,000 followers here. And they follow me because I do teach English. Here is my YouTube channel. You can follow my YouTube channel. And here is my website. Oh, weird. Why did my YouTube not show up? Let's try that again. Huh. My YouTube channel is being blocked. Strange. Why did they do that? Well, I have a YouTube channel, but apparently I'm not allowed to show it. Now, I'll have to ask them to stop that again. Portray is usually for acting, like having a popular character like in sports, but interpret usually creates a character and you try to act in a different way. Right. Portray just means, for example, maybe you have a school play and I will portray Santa Claus. That means that they gave me the role of Santa Claus. Now, to portray Santa Claus means that usually you're just going to do it in the traditional way. Excuse me. But if I want to interpret the role, that means I want to do something different. I want to do something new about Santa that they haven't done before. That's interpreting the role. Okay, I'm doing my own personal version of Santa Claus. Okay? Hello, Lynn. How are you? What's the difference between present perfect and present perfect continuous. Okay, hold on and I'll show you. All right, let's see. Let me share my screen so you can see it. All right, so let's look at this. First, we're going to talk about present perfect. Present perfect is using have and has. Okay, that's called plus the past participle. I hate this word. That just means the have been, right? But anyway, for example, the result is important, right? We use this when we're talking about the results of something. We use this when you don't say exactly when something happened, right? And we use this when the action may be completed, but it's connected to the present. For example, the most obvious way to use this is to talk about things like I have been to, right? Or I have visited, right? So look, she has visited Japan. She has visited, right? I have finished. And I said past participle is meaning wrong thing. It should be ed. That's what I meant. So I have finished my homework. That's this. That's present perfect. Okay. I have finished. She has visited Japan. Okay. She went to Japan sometime in the past, but we don't say when. Okay. They have lived in New York for 5 years. They started 5 years ago. They still live there. Okay, so you see that? The homework is done. I have finished. The focus is on the result. It's finished. Okay? And then we have present perfect continuous. Now this one is the one where we say have and has been plus the verb with the ing. Okay? So the activity is ongoing or it just recently stopped. And you want to emphasize the duration or repetition, and the process of or activity is more important than result. So for example, I have been studying for 3 hours. I'm still studying or I just finished. Your focus is now on the activity, not on the finishing. Okay? So up here, the focus was on the finish. I have finished. The focus here is on the activity. I have been studying. Do you see the difference? Here, I have finished. The focus is on the finish part. Here, I have been studying. The focus is on the studying, the continuing part. Okay? She has been working at the company since January. She started in January and still working. Okay? They have been arguing all day. The argument is ongoing or just ended. The focus is on how long it was and how it was repeated. Okay? So the difference is, okay, present perfect is for results or completed actions. Present perfect continuous is for activity or duration or process, right? So this is talking about the finished action. This is talking about the activity, okay, the ongoing process, all right? Present perfect is something it could be still happening, but maybe not, okay? Present perfect continuous is usually still happening. It's continuous, or it just recently stopped, like today. Okay? Present perfect emphasizes what has been done already. It has been done. Present perfect continuous emphasizes how long it has been happening. Okay? So this is talking about what has been done. This is talking about what has or how long it's been happening, okay? And present perfect often uses words like ever, never, just, and already, okay? And present perfect continuous often uses words like for, since, all day, and lately, okay? So imagine a painter. Look at this. They have an analogy here. Okay, I have painted the kitchen. The kitchen is painted. The job is done. You see the result. That's the present perfect. I have painted it. Present perfect continuous would be I have been painting the kitchen. That means I've been busy painting. I'm not finished. The focus is on the activity. Okay? So, I have painted. That's present perfect. I have been painting. That's present perfect continuous. Okay? I hope you understand now. And hello, Jenny. Good to see you. Did you get a notification this time? If you did not get a notification for my live streams, then you should send me a message and tell me so that I can tell Hello Talk about it. The nuance is hard to get, and also the context they're usually used. Yeah, it is a little bit hard. Yeah. What's the difference between ramifications and repercussions? Well, let me check one thing. So that's interesting. Ramify. Let me check something. One more thing. One moment. No. Okay, so the word ramify actually means branches, right? Like how many different branches, something spreads out into branches. So ramifications is talking about the possible things that could happen, the branches that could happen, and all of the possibilities. Okay, so ramifications is the possibilities. Okay, repercussions. Re means again, percuss means to hit. I am a drummer. Drummers are percussionists. To percuss means to hit things. So, repercussions means the punishments that you'll be getting again. Okay? Something that you'll be getting after, right? So, if you do this, there will be repercussions. That means if you do this, there will be punishments. If you do this, there will be ramifications. That doesn't necessarily mean punishments. That means there will be many, many possibilities of things that could happen now. Some of them will be good and some of them could be bad. So ramifications is a word that often implies something bad, but the real meaning of ramifications means branches, right? So it means like possibilities of the future. Okay, but those could be positive or negative, whereas repercussions are always negative. Okay? Do you understand that, Mary? Okay, I have only a few more minutes left. If you have questions, ask me your questions. Anything about English or life. If you have questions about life, ask me your questions and I will give you an answer. It might be a terrible answer. It might be the wrong answer, but I'll give you one if that's what you want. Ooh, did I get dirt on my hat? I did. A man whose age is 35 and he wants to learn English, but not by reading books. What's my recommendation? You can start with, I think you can ask ChatGPT the same thing, and ChatGPT will create a program for you. And I will recommend one website that's a good website. Let me remember what it's called. It's called GamesToLearnEnglish.com. GamesToLearnEnglish.com. Go to GamesToLearnEnglish.com. It's a free website with nothing but games. Simple, easy games that you can play. And every game teaches you about English. Okay, teaches you vocabulary, pronunciation, grammar, all of that. Okay, GamesToLearnEnglish.com. No, Mary, repercussions could be immediate or later. Repercussions means negative consequences. Those are the repercussions. But ramifications means when you do this thing, now, because you've done this, now there are many, many, many possibilities in the future that could happen. We don't know what could happen. But some of those ramifications could be negative ramifications. Some of them could be positive ramifications. But ramifications just means because you did this, now there are all these new possibilities that could happen. It implies that it's negative, but it doesn't. Ramifications are not always negative. They could be positive. Okay, so that's the difference. Ramifications is for things that are just new possibilities, and repercussions is for negative consequences. Okay? Oh no, she's sick. I'm so sorry. Give her a hug for me. I hope she feels better soon. Take care, Belen. Will ChatGPT replace teachers? Some, yes, it will. Absolutely. And it should. It should replace some teachers because there are literally millions of bad teachers. I'm not exaggerating when I say that. Teaching is something that it's a job that we let people do even if they don't have a passion. So that's a problem. You should not be a teacher if you have no passion for teaching. But there are millions of teachers who have no passion. So, will ChatGPT replace a lot of those teachers? Yeah, and I'm fine with that because quite frankly, they should be replaced. Okay? But I don't worry about ChatGPT replacing me because at least right now, the human element, teaching is a connected activity. Learning can be a solo activity, but it's often more effective and interesting when it's a connected activity. People enjoy learning more with a good teacher. It's that simple. So, I think it might replace some of the bad teachers, but I don't think it'll replace the good ones. When you study, how do you memorize? What topic you study for at school? I don't memorize anything. I don't memorize. Memorizing is a terrible way to learn anything. I create systems of learning. I create systems of learning that develop deep connections. Systems of learning develop deep connections and many connections. If you have deep, many if you have many deep connections, then you will remember. Memorizing is a waste of time. It's probably the most ineffective way that you can use your brain. To memorize is probably the most ineffective way to use your brain. Okay? This is good for children learning? Yes. You mean games-to-learn-english.com? Yes, it's fantastic for children. It's great for adults or children. Here, let me show it to you very quickly. I'll show you the website. And then I have to go. Whoops. Let's see. One moment. Here it is. games-to-learn-english.com. Look. All of these are games. And the other thing I love about this website is it has almost no ads. Almost no ads at all. Okay, so if you want to learn about vocabulary, go here. Past tense, phrases, body parts, similes, metaphors, adjectives, phrasal verbs, adverbs of frequency, simple present, vocabulary, food, months, time. Okay, look, all of that, and it's all free. So go there. Okay, games-to-learn-english.com. Okay, I'm going to answer just a few more questions and then I need to go. Let's see. Juliana, you should send me a private message so that I can talk to you about this, okay? If you want to book lessons, then send me a private message, okay? Is it natural to say I grew up in a religious milieu? Not natural, no. Nobody uses the word milieu. No, not anymore. Yeah, there it is. I always forget if it's one L or two. Those crazy French. You could say it. I think it sounds a little weird. I think you could just say I grew up in a religious environment. I grew up in a religious community. Okay? A religious family. Okay? Recommend my favorite book. The Count of Monte Cristo. I love that book. Great book. The Count of Monte Cristo. What's a deep connection? Could I give examples? Okay, quickly. If you memorize a word, all you do is remember the word. You say the word a million times. Like the word is microphone. So you say microphone, microphone. I'm going to write it. Microphone, 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 microphone. That is shallow. Shallow, shallow learning. It's easily forgotten. But if you learn about where the word comes from, oh, microphone is from Greek and Latin. Micro means small, phone means sound. Microphone means to make a small sound big. Okay? What do you do, microphone? What's your job? Oh, microphones, that's a noun. That's a noun. It has a job. It's a thing. Okay? Do you have any brothers and sisters? Oh, I do. Microphone, microscope. Microphone, cell phone. Words that have phone in them are related. They're brothers and sisters and cousins. Words that have micro in them are brothers and sisters and cousins. So now I know about the family, I know about the job, I know where it comes from. That's deeper. Now I can remember the word. If I write it in a story, I'll remember the word better. Okay? So that's called making deep connections. Can I suggest how we can use ChatGPT specifically? Not today because I'm out of time, but maybe next time. How can I improve my English? Mohammed, follow me. That's too big of a question, Mohammed. Come on. People write books about how to learn English. You can't ask how to improve my English. That's too big. Go buy a book. Ask a smaller question or go buy a book. Mohammed, I have 82,000 followers. They don't follow me because I'm cute. They follow me because I have good tips about learning English. Why do we say chain restaurants? Because chains have many links that are the same. So every restaurant is like the others, just like a link in the chain. Games2learnenglish.com, games2learnenglish.com, games2learnenglish.com. Say it with me. Games2learnenglish.com. Okay, I have to go. Yes, I have private lessons, but they are not free. You must go sign up for them and pay me. All right, I must go. Cell phone or computer in Chinese is harder? I don't think so. No, I think it's actually... Chinese definitions are always so basic. You know? Yeah, electric brain. Yeah, that's right. That's brilliant. That's the simplicity of Chinese, is that they break things down very simply most of the time. It's a very direct and obvious answer. I like that. It's logical. Okay, I must go. Have a good day, have a good afternoon, have a good morning, wherever you are in the world. Make sure you follow. Come back and see me again. All right. Bye-bye, everyone. Take care.